let's just start. Hey, this is Alvin.
This is Parapants. Long time no see.
You don't even have to tell them that anymore. Whatever. I've given up on being regular because... No, I haven't. But for the moment, we're not regular.
Well, Alvin is definitely not regular.
Hey, Shield Hero. Yeah, we're watching Shield Hero, and this was episode 4. Yeah, I know we didn't do the first 3, but whatever. Yeah, I like this show. What do you like? Do you like this show?
Yes, Alvin, I like this show.
All right.
I need a hero.
Ugh.
Holding on to a hero. Supports me.
Damn, I forgot. I was going to check 2 things that I just remembered that I forgot to do before starting this.
Hey, I keep telling you, stop grabbing my boobs.
No. Right. All right. So this episode, I forgot how we start these. It's been so long.
You know what? I kind of forced Alvin into this. He just wanted to not do anything else but.
No, I'm just kind of tired. I was like, it's been raining a lot, and I've been carrying a lot of groceries, and no, I'm serious. Fucking, I've been dragging groceries home, and I'm tired. It's just, I don't know, I'm out of energy. All right.
That anime is supposed to uplift you.
Yeah. All right. All right, yeah. So Shield, did they save that village in the last episode?
Yes,
yeah, all right.
Yes, they did. There were a few casualties.
Yeah, just to show you that this is serious business and not
I mean, of course, we don't get to see anybody die. Because,
I don't want to see that.
Because this isn't that kind of show. You can't really see serious consequences, but whatever.
All right, I'm gonna go through my shitty notes. Feel free to jump in.
I have a question.
Oh, all right. What?
Was this based on a light novel?
That's one of the things I was going to check before I started.
I mean, it kind of has that whiff of a light novel because so many things seem to kind of be glossed over.
I would check it right now while you're talking, but I'll wait. My keyboard's right here.
In particular.
Keep talking.
Okay, well, first of all, for those who don't know, can't imagine that you don't, but Shield Hero is a isekai action adventure, and it stars this guy named Naofumi.
Keep going.
He's a college student who I think he dropped out of college to check up on his little brother. His little brother was acting up, and so he moved back home.
Yeah, he was all bragging about I saved my little brother, so now I get to live home for free or some shit.
I know, which is so weird, and I don't know what that little bit of information has to do with the rest of her story because he never mentions his brother again. And in the first episode, he gets swept away into this other world in which there are 4 heroes that are summoned from different dimensions to this fantasy medieval world. In each of the heroes, they have a special fight skill. I think there's a javelin, a sword. What is there, a rogue? I forget what the dark haired guy is. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm looking into this. Do you want to continue with the recap?
Yeah. So and there's the shield hero, and the protagonist wields the shield, and the shield is just all defense, no offense. And I think he reads about it in a book before he gets swept.
Yeah, he reads a book and he's like, this book is gay, and then he gets transported into that world.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the Fushigi Yugi Cardcaptor Sakura introduction to the story. But so right away he gets swept up into this world, and he's been assigned the shield, which is the weakest of the legendary weapons, I guess. And
well, it's not that it's weak. Well, people
weak.
say it's weak, and they dump on him, but it's obviously not technically weak because it's got all this power to it. But,
well, I mean, he can't fight. He can't touch any other weapon.
It's got no offensive power.
And he can't touch another weapon.
Yeah, he can't hold any weapons. He's the only one that gets these violation notices.
He's the only one that gets these mods coming in on him, telling him that he can't do something. And right away, as each of the heroes are getting their parties assembled, he gets no party members because the shield hero is whacking their world, I guess.
Well, one thing I'm really kind of annoyed by is like they have this thing going in the narrative where like right off the bat everybody fucking hates the shield hero, and there's like no reason given, and I feel like I guess we'll hear a reason eventually, but it almost feels like it's like it plays into some kind of underlying metaphor type thing about like, oh, this is what this is really about, and I'm like, well, just give me a reason why they hate him.
Nobody wants to like run priest or something. Is that
No, it would be one thing if they said, hey, the shield hero sucks because he can't attack, and if you go with him, you'll probably end up dead.
But isn't that the subtext?
No, they were just like, fuck the shield hero. That from day one, the moment he stepped in there, they were like, this guy sucks.
Well, no, that's not true, because when the four heroes are first introduced to each other, they talk about how, like, okay, so they all think they were all pulled from the same world, the same Earth.
No, they were.
No, at first they do. They all
yeah.
think they were pulled from the same Earth, but it turns out they're pulled from different parallel universes.
Yeah, 4 different Japans.
4 different Japans, and there is a game, I guess, in 3 of those worlds, but it's not in Shield Hero's world.
Or he hasn't played it.
Or at least he hasn't played it.
And we're just kind of half remembering. It might not be exactly how we say it is. Okay.
Yeah, and so, but the other heroes tell Shield Hero that nobody in this particular game that's very much like the world they're in now, nobody in this game plays Shield because it's the weakest of the weapons.
I don't remember that, but I'll take your word for it.
I'm pretty sure that's what they say. Nobody likes playing Shield. But is it based on a light novel, by the way?
Yeah, yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is based on a light novel and presumably by a woman, although it looks here that I'm looking at the dates of the comments, it seems for a while people did not know the gender of the author. At least Westerners didn't. I guess if you're Japan, it's like, of course that's a woman. But I think they're surmising that it was written by a woman, which is interesting given all the Me Too elements and shit. But
yeah, I mean this show is getting a lot of heat.
No, I don't think it's. I think it's just.
It has. I mean, we don't pay attention to it, but apparently it has gotten heat because it dares depict a woman making a false rape allegation and not the fact that a man was falsely accused of rape.
Yeah. I mean, it is getting heat for that, but it's getting heat from the people who find something to complain about every quarter. It's like, oh, I don't like Goblin Slayer because there's rape. Oh, I don't like this because of gender. I don't like this because of race. It's the same fucking nobodies who probably recently just got fired because BuzzFeed laid off people. So I don't know.
I'm always suspicious of all these people who complain about things in anime if they ever even watched anime before. Are they new to this?
No, well, they're probably new. I mean, they're not as old as us, but I mean, Real Heat. What's a show with real heat? Like
Rape Man?
No, that's not Heat. Well, it did raise eyebrows.
It raised eyebrows. I don't think you can even make that show.
But all right. So, do we want to continue with the whole series recap?
No, I mean, like I don't. It's. I just wanted to make a point that he's falsely accused of rape by this chick who joins his party. It turns out she was setting him up the whole time, and he goes from, his turnaround is so rapid to me, it's just very jarring. He goes from being this naive, kind of doofy guy, happy-go-lucky guy, into like Mr. Badass competency, like on after the rape charge.
Yeah, once he's falsely accused, it's like he just turns into. It seems like, oh, this has happened to this guy before. I mean, maybe it's happened to the author before, but it is
the woman.
I don't know, man.
The female author has been.
I'm an equal opportunity person, but I just want to bring up that when he was flipping through the book in the library, he sees the chick, and he's like, "Yeah, this sounds like a real bitch."
Yeah, the woman who falsely accused him of rape is depicted in this book that he read before he got into this world, and he remarks that she's kind of bitchy.
Does he get sucked in by the book? Is that how he gets sucked into that world?
Maybe. They're always sucked in by the book.
No. The one where the guy has to die and start over was hit by a car.
Who is that?
You remember? We quit watching that one. There were twins, one with pink hair and one with blue hair.
One with pink hair, one with blue hair, and one got hit by a car.
No, it starts out this guy's leaving a convenience store. He gets hit by a car, and he wakes up in a isekai.
That's Re. Oh,
yeah, I know it's got a Re in it.
Yeah, like.
But he doesn't get sucked into a book.
Okay, yeah, those weren't two guys; those were two girls.
That's what I said. I meant the non-gender guy. All right. Let's get back to Shield.
Okay, yeah. Well, you probably know what we're talking about, and if you don't, it's like I can't remember the name, but I liked it.
You finished that?
Yeah, I did. I liked it. Alvin didn't, so he kind of bowed out. But anyway, back to this one.
Shit, I lost my place. So yeah, he's in this world. Everybody hates him, and he's. I guess we should just say like he gets the slave because he can't fight, because he can't hold a weapon. He's got to level up for the monsters come.
And nobody will join his party.
Yeah.
He's like the whole, like apparently, assaults against women are a capital. It's
kind of weird. They're like, we live in a matriarchy where assaults against women are the highest crime. It's like
you get punished by death.
You have a king. I don't see a lot of women in positions of power. Like it doesn't look like this matriarchy. I don't see women going around being held up by like those chairs where four dudes like hold each part of the chair.
like a sedan or something.
Yeah, it feels like that was written in the book, but they're like. The animator's like, got it. Fantasy world, isekai. I know what I'm doing. And it's like, no, this is a matriarchal society where the worst thing you can do is be accused of assaulting a woman. He's like, whatever. I got 3 more shows to work on. So I don't know.
It doesn't look like a matriarchy to me, but who knows? But their law is like if you assault a woman, you gotta die. And Shield Hero was close to dying. The only thing that saved him was the fact that he was the Shield Hero of prophecy. So I guess we gotta explain why the heroes brought into this world. There's
waves of monsters that are gonna destroy the world, and only the 4 heroes can stop them.
Have we seen any of these monsters?
Yeah, episode 3. The waves of
yes,
monsters.
Okay,
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I mean, this is our first time talking about the show, so I just want to say like that moment where he almost gets the badass werewolf, but then he gets the raccoon girl. I was almost done with this show.
Alvin was so triggered. This creepy carnival barker lures the Shield Hero in. It's like, hey, I've got some goods for you to buy since you can't use weapons and all. And so he's showing them all like these good circus freaks.
Circus freaks, they're badass monsters.
Well, yeah, they're demi-humans, like werewolf eagle and all this other stuff. And Alvin and I are like, yeah, get that one. That one's big and badass. And before he even gets there, Alvin is like, oh my God, if there's some wispy chick in this, I'm gonna... And of course he gets the cute frail girl with the animal ears.
He gets this kind of pisses me off because I play Final Fantasy 14 and like they just announced the new race, the Vieira, the bunny race, and it's literally another fucking human with like with Playboy bunny ears, and it's like come on y'all, what the can I get some like digigrade legs or muzzles or anything? Can I get a little bit of animal going? What?
Yeah, we were really rooting for the Veruga.
Do they not have animals in Japan? No, the Vinaga. Was it?
I think it was Veruga.
Veruga, like
Vinaga.
This is like the prank race before they showed the real race. Yeah, because it was Banga and Vieira. So Vinaga, I don't know. I'm rambling. But like, all right. So anyway, like maybe let's just all right. If you probably know all this shit, all right. You want to just jump to episode 4?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So episode 4, the Shield Hero just stopped with the other hero. Well, the Shield Hero was in a village saving villagers, while the other heroes were fighting the boss of the wave, and I think that's what's caused the wave to stop, killing the boss. So I mean, Shield Hero was helping, and he helped people out, people that have been abandoned by the guards, but whatever. He's there to get his reward. He's at the castle, And he's all in this like window trying to be alone. He's like, "Fuck these people, give me my money."
Yeah, he's like crawling in my skin.
Yeah, and like his like I wrote down Squirrel Girl because I couldn't remember that she was she's a raccoon, right?
It's her name's
Raftalia.
Reptilian or something.
No, Raftalia. I don't know. So she's like, this food's so fucking good, and like she was a slave in a sick slave in a cage, so she really enjoys good food. So she's like, you got to eat some of this fucking food. And I think earlier in this show he can't taste food or something. Did he say that? I feel like he said that.
He couldn't taste anything or something.
So he's like, whatever, I don't care, I don't like these people, just give me my money. And and he's like looking at his powers, and he realizes this confused me. He says he's got this teleport power, which is like, oh, if you register people with this teleport power, then they can teleport with you or something. And then he's flashing back to the village, and I don't know what he planned to do. Maybe, I mean,
I think his idea was I could have registered the whole village,
the whole fucking town,
and
it teleported them somewhere safe.
Just teleported them somewhere else instead of having to physically move them.
Not really, because by the time he got there, the monsters were already there. Like, what was he gonna like fucking register all of them in 60 seconds?
Like maybe there's like a mass registration thing, not like.
You could send them all an email, like.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
He's like, yo, dog, open this. This is important.
I wish they would establish whether or not these villagers have hubs or HUDs, heads-up displays. I assume they don't, because they're not players.
Yeah, these are NPCs.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't like that hanging in the air. I don't know. All right.
I guess I'm assuming. I don't know.
Yeah. See. Slavery. All right, so yeah, he gets fucking like the evil bitch whispers to the lance hero. Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's like the spear hero.
Spear hero. Yeah. And he's like, check that shit out. And like the spear hero is already checking out Raftalia because he likes her because he can't have her, or maybe it's because she's got a tail and ears. I don't know. Yeah. But so now if she was real kimono and he was still checking her out, you got yourself some spicy seasoning, my friend.
Oh God, gross! Let's not go there.
And then I'd be like, they were like, you know what? That lance hero really did nothing wrong. But all right. So he's like, hey, I'm gonna challenge you to a duel because you've got a slave.
Yeah, the chick that set up Shield Hero for rape, her name's Mina.
I don't know.
Mines. Yeah, so she sees Shield Hero's kimono friend and tells Spear Hero, whose name I forget, said like, hey, Shield Hero forced that poor little Mimi-chan to be his slave, so challenge him to a duel. And of course, this big doofus just believes her. And
yeah. But like, so like he's like, hey, let's have a duel, and if you lose, you gotta let this girl go. And he's like, first of all, slavery is legal, so I don't have to do anything. Second of all, if I do take this challenge, what do I get if I win? He's like, nothing. So Shield Hero's like, fuck out of my face. And then the king's like,
which is the right answer. He's like, I don't have to agree to this. And he was about to bounce.
Yeah, and then the king's like, hold up. I just heard that shit over there, and that sounds like some good shit. Even how dare you have a slave, even though
it's probably legal.
Yeah. Well, actually, the Shield Hero does say, hey, slavery is legal in this land. So the king is like, it's terrible that you have a slave, even though I allow slavery and I treat demi-humans like shit.
Yeah, we discriminate against demi-humans in this country.
And the girl's like, nah, really, I'm okay. And then they grab her and gag her. It's like, silence. This is for your own good.
We're trying to free you. Shut up.
Yeah.
And do as we say.
So Shield Hero's got to have a duel with the Lance Hero, and they go out there, start fighting, and
of course, Shield Hero can't use weapons, so it looks like he's boned. But all this time, Shield Hero has been powering up his shield by feeding it, I guess, mobs or whatever.
Feeding it everything. He probably took a dump in that shield. And the shield's like, poop shield.
He's like,
well, I don't know why you did that or when this will be useful, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the chart.
He said, like, noted.
It's like fucking just throwing trash in his shield. It's like, that's what I would do. Shit.
Just
throwing shoes in there and shit.
But, so I'm wondering, well, do all of the hero weapons absorb things like this, and
No, because they're all gay.
or just the Shield?
That's the Shield because it's cool.
Because I guess, but so yeah, Shield Hero, even though he can't use any other weapon, is using his absorbed powers through Shield.
And he uses those bitey balloon monsters. And I think they said earlier something about like he can't feel pain or something. Like that's why he keeps them around. So there's something about being the Shield Hero. He said that makes it so he can. I guess he can hold on to the monsters and not get fucked up.
So he can't taste food and he can't feel pain.
He can't feel pain. So yeah, he's like numb and dead inside. I don't know. This is the author, I guess. The
Truly
author
going
is
his own way.
The author is a girl. Wink, wink, wink. Not a girl. Probably some
What,
dude.
you don't think this is really a chick?
It's hard to, because sometimes you look at the story and it's like, yeah, this was written by a dude, but sometimes it gets a little soft and goes at a slightly different angle, and I'm like, I could see a chick writing this.
Yeah. But then, like, we've watched things that were written by men, and it really goes kind of like wussy.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a universal
That's true.
theory I can apply, but, okay. All right, so he's using those biting balloons. I like how he's like he pulled out all those the shit that he got earlier, like the 2 dogs. What was it called? Black dog bite. He had the air shield, and he traps him in the prison, shield prison, with those bitey things. And he's like, "Give up, dude. You're outmatched or some shit." But well, at first he's like, if I'm gonna lose, I might as well make this as hard for you as I can or some shit. But when he does get the upper hand, he's like, "Give up," and the Lance Hero's like, "Nevers," and the Shield Hero's like, "All right, well, I guess I'm gonna focus my attacks on your face and crotch because everybody thinks I'm an asshole anyway." But,
which was awesome.
Yeah.
Which was good. I was like, yeah, this guy's truly embracing the dark side.
No, but he's not though, and that's why I'm a little disappointed in this show. They keep pulling him back. Well, all right, so he's about to focus his attacks on that dude's face and crotch. And then that red-haired bitch shoots him with some magic fart from across the room.
Mina.
Yeah. And the spear hero gets up and gets him with lightning spear, which I guess is the most powerful spear because it knocks Shield Hero on his ass. And
Shield Hero loses.
Yeah, Shield Hero loses, and then he gets up. He's like, "Wait, you guys saw that, right? You saw that I was set up. We got to do this shit again." And then everybody kind of ignores him, and he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm being set up again."
And then we learned that Mina is actually the princess. She's the king's daughter. For some reason that we don't find out until episode 4. I don't know why they kept that a secret. But
maybe it was just a secret to him. I don't know, because he does kind of get outcast. But yeah, it seemed very obvious that chick was the king's daughter from the very beginning. Yeah. She rolls up on him and it's like, "Looks like you're fighting alone, bitch." And he's like, "God damn it."
But I think it's just strange that nobody mentions that, oh, it's the princess, she's going to join. And
well, that might be part of the set. At that point, he has a little flashback for the previous 3 episodes. He's like, "This bitch and her dad have been setting me up this whole time. I've just been dancing to their tune, and what the fuck?" And all this green smoke starts falling out of his shield. And then I'm over here like, "Oh, we're going to see some shit." And of course we don't. And
he has a hallucination that Reptilion has been freed. And
Raftilion, yeah.
The Kimono friend has been freed. Actually, is it really slavery if the slave is a Kimono friend?
I don't know, because they already treat them like second-class citizens. All right.
Because a lot of people are upset that the show is making an apology for slavery, even though it's like...
What? You say a lot of people, but I'm telling you, it's those same people.
Oh, okay. If it were like 5 people, I mean...
These are the same people who get mad when, they see... all right, this is something that happened in real life.
Okay.
Somebody went into a restaurant, and there was a picture of coal miners as part of the restaurant theme, right? Mm-hmm. Their faces are covered with soot.
Oh, you're kidding me.
And they got on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh my God, look at this blackface. I'm so offended." And for about 5 to 15 minutes, the same fucking group of people was like, "Oh, this restaurant sucks. How dare you?" It's the same. They don't have their
Is that
finger.
for real?
Yeah.
What restaurant was this?
I don't remember. I don't dip into that part of the internet.
Because I'm going to that restaurant and I'm patronizing their service.
Are you gonna go in blackface?
I'm gonna go in. Well, I was born in blackface, so.
No. So just bring a shovel and like a hat with a light on it.
With a light on.
Like, this coal isn't gonna mine itself. But all right, I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm sorry, but it's like
No. Okay, I just thought I'd bring, because there were online articles written about it.
yeah,
So.
by these people who got useless degrees in like romantic comedies and shit. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but okay, so Shihiro has this hallucination that Raphthalia leaves him, and so now he feels abandoned and alone and betrayed, and he should have went his own way. And you know what? That's another question I have. Why did he pick her when he could have?
She was all he could afford.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't afford the fucking death werewolf. Otherwise, I'd like to think he would have got it.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if he felt sorry for her or if he had
No.
Darker thoughts like, yeah, I'm gonna buy her because a bitch needs to learn how to be loyal.
No. I think he bought her because I think he was in a bad place and he didn't really care about her. But he's like, look, you're all I can fucking afford. But
Oh, okay. Yeah, green smoke, and his shield.
Yeah, but hold on. I want to go back to his hallucination where he sees her as a little girl, and everything's all blue, and she like mutters something and turns away.
You're a cock.
I don't like the way that was handled.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like a hallucination. It looked like it actually happened, and when
No, I got that it was an hallucination because it was all grayed out.
No. Yeah. So every time the scene's all gray and blue, it's him in his own head.
Why else? I mean, you see the smoke, and then there's this haze. What else could it be?
That's
but
not
a
enough.
hallucination?
That's not enough
How
to tell
come
me, the viewer, this is not actually happening.
Then how come I got it?
You assumed it because that's how the story makes sense.
Well, wasn't it then effective? If
No.
No. How should they have had?
I'm not like you. I don't take these leaps of faith.
Okay, well then how should have they?
I can't think of it right now, but it should have been something that shows you that shows the difference between what's actually happening and what he sees happening. So you, the viewer, are shown, oh no, this is in his head. This isn't really happening.
Well, I got that it was hallucination also because he saw the girl as she was when he purchased her.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, come on.
That's a reach.
That's not a reach.
Reaching.
She didn't look like that.
Oh, long arm McReachy over here. Let me get that for you.
Oh God, no! You're just being obtuse. You're being willfully obtuse.
I am being willful, but not obtuse. I'm right. Oh, you know what?
Right.
Agree to disagree.
Oh, get out of here.
All right. Shit. All right. So yeah, he has that hallucination, and like he's looking at her. She's a little girl, and I guess that's supposed to signal that this is a hallucination.
Because it does.
And then like his HUD, his heads up display is getting corrupted, and I'm like, oh, surely this will go somewhere. And
it said curse activated.
Yeah, and then it says curse series requirement met. So maybe I'm just greedy. I want my shit laid out. Like, don't put some shit in front of me with the promise that you'll get to it later. I've been disappointed too many fucking times.
No, I totally agree with that. There's this. That's why it's got that light novel treatment all over it.
Where it doesn't care if you know what's going on or not.
It just assumes that the viewer knows too much, knows enough to know what this means, and it just kind of like hand waves a lot of things away.
Well, I've never read much of a light novel, but I assume that the reason why light novel treatments are this way is because there's a lot of descriptive text in the novel that can't get. What happened?
Can you pause?
I guess I can try to pause. Hey, hey, we had to pause there. I'm not editing this, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was saying the light novel treatment. Yeah, I feel like there's things being described and thoughts being described in a lot light novels that don't make it to the animated version. That's why you get this weird, empty feeling narrative where it feels like the author doesn't care if you know something or not. I'm sure they do care, but it can't fit it all in. I don't know. That's just my assumption. Green smoke.
Yeah. So I'm assuming here that the king and the princess are setting him up to be a bad guy, Like,
Yeah, that much seems obvious. Yeah, they're doing this on purpose for some reason.
yeah, like I don't know if this goes into their whole plan with what's it called, the scourge, or what is it, or
Yeah, those waves of monsters, like they're trying to. I don't know. I don't know why they're trying to turn Shield Hero into a bad guy.
I mean, like maybe like he absorbs, like he becomes like Demon Lord or some stuff, and
I'm not gonna make any assumptions.
no, I'm just speculating out of
Alright.
fun, because like, what do they get out of it? Like, are they really, the demons, or they're trying to distract from themselves by making the shield hero the fall guy? Like, is he some sort of scapegoat, or
I, you know.
yeah. Okay.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to shut you down. It's just I've got like this. What do you call it when you've been abused and you're just
You-
wary.
What you got PTSD?
I don't want.
or
Yeah, I got
something?
I got anime PTSD. Where it's like, man, this anime could really go in some amazing places, and like 30 years later, it's like, this probably sucks. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I've
Oh, I
learned
thought
that.
you were gonna say like it turns out to be incredibly stupid.
No, it does over and over again, and that's why you start getting your hopes up. But hey, if you're a bright-eyed young kid and you're listening to this dumbass show, don't let me rub off on you. You continue to be like Parapants here and just speculate and just go to that land of wonder in your bright yellow balloon.
Give the author the benefit of the
Yeah, there you
doubt
go.
that they know what they're doing, and that I think Alvin is still kind of shell shocked behind from what was it, Attack on Titan.
No. Actually, the last one I watched. Oh, jeez, what was it? Oh, the one with the. Oh, it's. I can't believe I can't remember it. It's
With the giants?
Yeah, the giant.
Titans, or...
No, the giant monsters, and it was like an Ultraman homage. It's a specific series of Ultraman. I don't know. It was Ultraman, Ultra something. I don't know. It was a show that everybody liked because it was based on a live action show that I didn't know about. And I got to the end, and I really loved the animation. And it was great, but it got to the end, and the story was just garbage. And that's just that feeling when you get to the end of a long narrative, and you've pushed through, and then it just ends, and you're like, you think back to that 10, 20, 30 hours you spent, and it's like, what the? I feel like a piece of me dies, and so I never get my hopes up
Like
anymore.
Alvin has been through so many, like Monster, Attack on Titan.
Oh, Monster. Fuck. I forgot about that shit. I don't think I watched that whole. I think I read the whole manga.
I think, yeah, he read the manga, and like he gets sucked into like these promising stories only to be kicked in the nuts by the ending, and you could just see the groan in his face.
It's like a lot of people that professional anime viewers, they'll watch a bad anime and they'll get to the end and they'll be like, well, I had some laughs and it didn't go exactly where I wanted it to, but that's okay. But I just get so mad. I'm like, someone's got to pay for this. It isn't right that I feel so bad and nobody else is suffering. All right, but enough about me. Green smoke.
So yeah, he's about to become Sith, and
yeah, and then the chick gets up, the chick, Raftalia, the raccoon chick, and she's like, well, "How dare you talk shit about my man, motherfucker? Why you fucking cheated? Fuck you, talking to the Lance Hero." And the Lance Hero's like, "I thought you'd be grateful, bitch. I got you out of slavery." And she's like, "Nigga, I was eating good, and like he taught me to not like pee the bed and be afraid and shit. And if you're so great, where's your slave, nigga?" And he's like, "Oh, damn."
that's like got owned.
And then the princess is about to slap the shit out of her, and
And then the other two heroes.
and thank God for these two.
Thank God for, yeah, but they could have come in a little sooner and say,
No,
"Hey,
no.
we saw that shit."
No, 'cause
but
they
they
don't-
just kind of saunter up all cool, like, "Oh yeah, you totally cheated."
Yeah.
Instead
The
of-
other heroes are like, "Hey man, your bitch cheated and you lost." He's like, "Wait, what?" Who are the two guys in Hamlet?
Rosencrantz. and
Rosencrantz. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think. There's something about those two rolling up and saying what needs to be said that just really helps me, because I hate that shit just hanging in the air where it's like the guy's like, you got to believe me, and like no one believes him, and he's like, why don't they believe me? And I'm like, ah.
Even though it was kind of lazy because apparently everybody saw the cheat because this duel was done in front of the entire aristocracy.
Yeah.
So everybody saw it, but the only ones who are speaking out are the two heroes.
Well, no, they say it's like, oh no, the nobles are all being controlled by the king.
Well, yeah, that's like they're keeping quiet, and like they just kind of say like, oh, they're just keeping quiet, and
Well, they're all in on the conspiracy. It's like Pizzagate.
pizza. Oh man, talk about an old meme.
Yeah, that meme's still alive, damn it. All right, these.
And
Go ahead.
so yeah, and so like Raphthalia goes, the shield hero is completely broken. He's got red wavy lines emanating from his.
Yeah, he's got these weird red glowy veins on his face. His shield's on fire, and Raphtalia's like, "Hey, guy, why the long face, man? Cheer up." And he's like, "Get the fuck out of here! Oh, you're just gonna betray me again."
He said, like, these hoes ain't loyal.
Yeah.
And she assures him that look, I'm ride or die. I'm by your side, and a couple of times she tries to touch him and he slaps her away.
Yeah.
Because nobody understands me and stuff, and he's getting all like evanescence on her and stuff. And
one of the things he says is like, a world like this, a world where a good nigga like me can get me too'd for no reason. I didn't do nothing. A world like this can just go die, and I'm like, well, that's what I was saying in the first fucking episode. I don't know why it took you 4 episodes to get this us. I've been waiting for him to, like, I thought this whole premise of this show would be like him being like, fuck your world, nigga.
I'm just doing it so I can go home.
Yeah, but I mean, because if he dies in that world, does he die for real? I mean, what if he was just like, fuck it?
I don't know. That seems to be the sentiment of everyone who hates him. You can just go die. So
I don't know. I don't know why he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna fight because that's my way home. Like, or you could just, let everything go to shit and see what happens.
That's a terrible plan.
That is exactly what I would do.
Oh God, see that, and that's why you're not Shield Hero.
I would save up my money. I'd buy a fucking werewolf bro, and like I'd make him my slave because otherwise he might kill me. And then I'll be like, you know what? I'm not doing shit. And they're like, Shield Hero.
And werewolf bro would be like, Master, what are we doing?
And I'm like, look, just we're gonna get some good food, hang
with
out.
no money.
I'd use werewolf bro, and I'd just like
Make him tap dance for some coins.
I would rob Lance Hero.
See, you be playing right into their designs though to become the bad guy.
As soon as I stepped foot in that land, it would say curse series requirement met. Before I said a damn word.
Right when he gets the Shiro, he's like, "Why are you all red and glowy like a villain?"
Like, I don't know you guys yet, but you look like you fucking pissed me off. So let's just get this over. All right. So then we get this touching moment where she's like, yeah, like Parapants said, I'm ride or die, and I believe in you. And like this guy is like, I've waited my whole life, my whole 20 years of life on this earth, to hear a woman say those words.
He said, like, even when I was like back in Japan, I had this thought like, man, I wish a chick would just tell me that she would always have my back no matter what.
I mean, we don't know his past. I mean, I can understand after experiencing some betrayal or maybe some close calls,
Yeah,
like,
but you see, that's my point. It's like we
don't know shit about him.
We don't know nothing about his past other than he dropped out of college to move back home.
Yeah, we don't know what his brother was into. Was he into drugs or?
Yeah, we don't know. Like, if he had been in a similar situation at home that made him, very bitter and cynical, then that would have made more sense because, he could have seen like, hey, I'm in this new world, maybe I can like start over. And
yeah, and it's like, oh no, this is just as bad as my old world.
Yeah, and this is worse because now they want me to die. They probably want to kill me. So, but no, like that's why I was saying, I was complaining before, like his turnover was just too sudden because he didn't seem to have any problems.
No.
And it's terrible to be vilified and accused of something you didn't do, but his character just kind of changed on a dime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so like he finally hears Raphthalia, and so the shield goes back to normal. He goes back to normal, and
all of a sudden this bitch is 28 years old.
well, I mean, okay, so she leveled up.
Nah.
Like, no, she did. She leveled up like earlier, like in like a couple of episodes in. She had already leveled up.
Yeah.
And people had noticed, I think it was the
the shopkeeper's like, wow, you've grown so big, and the shield hero was like, really?
Really? I didn't see it. Like, but it even shows her like leveling up to. I thought this was funny. Like she in his head, on his head, on his HUD,
yeah.
It said that she leveled up to 18.
Oh yeah. That was put in by the American company.
Yeah,
she really leveled up to 14.
She leveled up to in Japan. She leveled up to 14.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
What?
But she's like all adult looking now, and he finally sees her that way.
Yeah, he wakes up on her lap. Japanese dudes got something about, or not even just Japanese in general, got like about dudes sleeping on chicks' laps and how that's supposed to be like hella comfortable or some shit.
I've never slept on a lap.
You've never slept on a lap?
No, I've never slept on a lap that was comfortable. That was as comfortable as a pillow. Legs are hard.
Well, they got this thing where they can stay on their knees for a long ass time.
Oh,
so
that's true. I
can't do that shit.
Maybe their heads. They do like sleep on floors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, maybe they're just used to like tougher surfaces.
Strong bones.
Strong bones.
But all right. So it makes him a sandwich, and he's like,
yeah, and like a true one. If there's anything I've learned from this show is that the best women take orders from men and make them sandwiches.
That did look like a good ass sandwich. What's that Vietnamese sandwich called? Banh mi?
Oh yeah, it looked like a banh mi. No, it didn't.
Didn't? Are you sure? She said, "Oh, this is just leftovers." I'm like, "No, it's not. You went to the store, bitch. Stop lying." There was like a leftover bun and some lunch meat and tomatoes and all that good seasoning and shit. And he's like, "Hey, I couldn't help but notice, but you're all grown up now." And she's like, "Yeah, my beast demi-humans mature as they level up, and that's why we're discriminated against." And I'm like, that makes no sense at all.
I'm making another one of my Parapants assumptions again. I'm assuming that what was meant by that is that they don't exhibit like growth patterns and changeability the way humans do. Like it's weird and jarring to humans.
So it's weird. Well, it's not weird that they're part human, part animal. That's not why they're discriminated against.
I'm sure that's part of it too, but I can't imagine a place where you get cute little raccoon girls turned from pedo bait to legal, and that's what's discriminating about.
I think what the author is trying to say is age ain't nothing but a number.
Oh, but you know what? It is a matriarchy, so maybe it's the human women that discriminate against demi-humans because they're trying to like discriminate against the girls. It's
a matriarchy with a king and no discernible female authority figures. A matriarchy with the dudes do all the fighting and all the shopkeeper's a dude, the merchant's a dude.
To sound sexist, but
the guy who sells slaves is a dude.
In a matriarchy, that's exactly how it goes. It will be the same as before. All the men do all the work.
And the chick is just like, where are the chicks? The chicks are all like watching the View or something.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, all right. Well, that's the end of this episode.
The men build everything. They sell everything.
Yeah.
And they're
like, man, this matriarchy's all right. And they're like, matriarchy? What? Like, you didn't realize we lived in a matriarchy? It's like, what?
The only difference is like, we get to kill the dudes if you assault us, and also you have to believe us even when we're lying.
Well, I just didn't even see that many women. But all right, I'll take your word for it. Sounds like hell to me. But yeah, this is a good show. My only complaint. They keep I don't like these shows where they put the main character in it, and I know what they're trying to say. They're trying to say like, look, be the bigger man and see the big picture and see what's really important. And like,
is that what they're saying? Who's making the assumptions now?
I'm just going by. Look, that's
We're
not
only 4 episodes in. How do you How do you get
Because
that?
he keeps being put in these situations where he should fuck people up, and instead he's like, grrr, he holds it in until
That
something
is
happens.
every anime ever. When have you ever seen a Japanese character just like let loose on a motherfucker and have no regrets?
A few. Bastard, maybe? Ushio and Tora?
Yeah, but they're not Japanese. That's fantasy.
What? Nah, no, Ushio and Tora takes place in Japan.
Oh, Ushio and Tora. I thought you said bastard.
There are animes with like main characters that don't take shit. But I mean, yeah, I don't need to see some guy get dumped on like for 20 minutes and then have like 60 seconds of getting the upper hand and then another 60 seconds of feeling sorry for himself and then another 60 seconds of somebody coming along and being like, "Cheer up, guy." And then he's like, "Well, maybe it's worth it eating this big plate of shit every day of my life. Maybe I gotta look at the good things." But yeah, I'm waiting for him to like get real mad and just fuck shit up. But I don't have any faith that's gonna happen because why would anything nice ever happen in a cartoon?
Well, I do have problems with the pacing of the show. It feels a bit rushed, and the motivations of the characters are a bit thin. But I do like the relationship between Naofumi and Raphtalia, and I like to see where that goes.
Mm.
You know.
All right.
I think she's cute. I think Raphtalia is adorable.
You know how I feel about shitty kimono. You put ears and a tail on a bitch, it's still a human.
Well, demi-human.
No, that's fucking cosplay. That's all that shit is.
Would it, like if she were like more animal, like if she had like a snout and stuff, would that have been better?